leave quite early, about 11:30, to get back to the House of Commons. So thank you for coming, and please just give us your view on the situation, particularly the African Union statements and British government policy.
Thanks very much indeed, Jonathan, and good morning, Khartoum. Distinguished guest, pleasure to hear from you this morning. I'm William Bain, the chair of the Associate All-Party Group in Sudan and South Sudan in the House of Commons, and we're joined here today in London by members of that group from the House of Lords as well. We recently had the pleasure of visiting South Sudan, and we hope to visit Sudan either later this year or early next year. And our group has a membership of around 100 parliamentarians from all political parties in all parts of the United Kingdom. And that shows the respect and the affection that we have for both states, which reflects the historic legacy of the United Kingdom in Sudan and South Sudan and Central Africa as a whole. During our visit, when we went to Juba and to Lake State in the south, we spoke with people. We were inspired by many women using the power of agriculture to send their children to school. And I think there was a real sense that people, and it will be true in the north as well, understand that a stable and secure region that involves both states living alongside each other in a peaceful relationship is the foundation for an increase in prosperity, the foundation for a reduction in poverty, and the basis for the empowerment of the peoples of both states. And my sense, the sense of all of us who were on that trip, was the strong desire of people to avoid war, to see peace, and to urge both governments to take every step to ensure that a peaceful resolution is precisely the outcome of diplomatic talks in the coming days and weeks. Our government in the United Kingdom has reflected very much the views of the African Union. So it has condemned the incursions by both states into each other's territory, whether by land or by air, in recent weeks. It echoes the sentiment of the African Union that there should be a comprehensive agreement within 90 days between Sudan and South Sudan over issues of territory, over the oil situation, and the continuing concern over the citizenship of up to 700,000 people in the north who effectively are stateless at the moment. And I think the African Union statement of the 24th of April sets out some very important issues. It reflects the fact that the UN, the African Union, and bilateral partners such as the UK, China, France, and the United States stand ready to help both countries reach an agreement on this issue. I think key to the development of both states is economic stability too. And central to that has got to be a resolution of the situation with oil. The present conflict is hurting both states. It will put at risk the huge progress made on education and health in both states since the CPA was signed in 2005. And we know that any escalation of the military conflict in the past fortnight will hurt women and children the most. And the concern of the UN, the concern of people here in the United Kingdom, is that we do not slip back to war. And we urge both governments to use every piece of diplomatic endeavour that they have to draw on the contacts that we have here, the influence that the AU has and the other states have to ensure that war is avoided. That is absolutely essential. We also have concerns about the humanitarian and security situation in some specific states within Sudan. There has been recent coverage in the British and international media about the situation in South Kordofan. And so we urge the permission of the Sudanese government to allow NGOs and international aid agencies to provide necessary humanitarian aid to people in South Kordofan, in particular the Nuba Mountains area. We encourage a comprehensive agreement on Abyei, the disputed province. We also urge further progress in terms of constitutional reform over Darfur. It was a key part of the CPA in 2005, and it is in the interests of all of the people of Darfur and Sudan as a whole that agreement is implemented and that proper government is enshrined in Darfur. We also want to see more economic development and social progress in East Sudan as well. It is one of the poorest parts of Central Africa, and progress has been slow on issues such as poverty. And in many ways, this is the benefit, the peace dividend, if you like, of having a comprehensive agreement between the two states. It will mean that aid from the European Union and from other willing partners in the UN will be able to go into long-term development to eliminate poverty in East Sudan. And that is one of the key consequences that can come from peace and a more secure region in which the two states are based. So we stand ready, the British people, the people of the European Union, I think the wider international community, are ready to exercise whatever help that we can. But I think the acknowledgement that I had from the people in South Sudan, the sense of people across the world, is that only by a comprehensive peace agreement, only by ceasing hostility, only by cooperating together economically, resolving the disputes about citizenship and boundaries, only by that will we actually have two states, viable, progressing, eliminating poverty, fulfilling the great potential that their natural resources have and that their people want and need. There is a prize which is there, and I urge authorities and the government in Sudan and the government in South Sudan to seize this moment to negotiate a lasting and durable peace and to make the best of the opportunities that both countries have.
Thank you very much, William Bain. Now we